My name is Peter Calabrese. I'm the CEO of CanAm Investor Services. I'm also the head of business development for CanAm Enterprises. I've been working for the firm going back to November of 2015, so almost 9 years at this point. When I first started at CanAm, I started working as the Chief Compliance Officer of CanAm Investor Services. CanAm Investor Services was the first regional center to formulate its own registered broker-dealer back in 2012. So we've always had an eye towards the compliance that goes along with this investment, because EB-5, while being a very unique security, is still a security that needs to be complied with through the regulations of FINRA and the SEC. My role as Chief Compliance Officer was to make sure that we were adhering to all of the compliance aspects of these regulatory bodies, as well as our own procedures, making sure that we are bringing in all of our investors compliantly and that we are representing ourselves compliantly to the market. As the CEO of CanAm Investor Services, I oversee all of our sales operations across this entire unit. What that means is I am spending a lot of time interacting with channel partners, people who are introducing clients to us, to make sure that we are educating them and ultimately educating their clients in this EB-5 investment that they are going to be looking to make. We also spend a lot of time interacting with attorneys, tax advisors, people who are also introducing their client base to us, to make sure that we are explaining this correctly, to make sure that we are giving them all of the details that they need to make this investment decision. And I also spend a great deal of time talking to the individual investors themselves, because this is one of the most important and, quite frankly, personal decisions that any of these investors is going to be making. So making sure that EB-5 is a suitable investment for them is a huge part of what we do, but then making sure that they understand every component of this investment is paramount as well. I think what really sets CanAm apart in this industry is an investor-first philosophy that permeates across every part of the organization. I think that CanAm takes a best practices approach to every step along the way, which helps us to achieve the huge levels of success that we have. Starting with deal creation, making sure that our projects have strong collateral, strong job creation requirements to meet the goals of the investor from their immigration-linked business investment needs. I think what's also important is the transparency that CanAm brings along with it, whether it's having our investments run through our registered broker-dealer, whether it's having our track record audited by a third party on an annual basis to make sure that this investment decision that you're making is based on audited and transparent results. Because really, this is a long-term relationship that we are developing with an investor, and quite frankly, it's one of the best parts about our job. Because you're going to be dealing as an investor with us for a long stretch of time, whether it's my team learning about the project and ultimately investing, whether it's our investor relations team that you're dealing with to get constant updates about your project, or from our legal team or from our accounting team for the updates that you'll be receiving from them. But ultimately, you know that this is a team that is covering you from every angle of this investment, and you're going to be working with them for quite a long time. And really, this interpersonal relationship that we develop is the best part of what we do, because there's no bigger thrill than getting to see an investor that we've worked with complete their immigration, move to the United States, have their children start to go to school here in the United States, and then ultimately receive their return of capital so that they can do all of these things that they've looked for and move their family forward in their planning. It's really one of the best parts and really one of the most endearing things. So it's humbling to be able to help investors to move through that journey, and really it's a great, and I think that the greatest part of CanAm is helping to facilitate those clients to do that.